There are people who observe you closely, not out of casual curiosity, but because they are unsettled by the way you exist without conforming to their expectations. Your ability to move through life with a sense of ease and confidence, without fitting into the molds they've created, is both perplexing and troubling to them. You are a constant yet unexplainable element in their carefully curated narratives of how the world is supposed to work. Your presence doesn't align with their understanding of success, stability, or even failure, and it's this unpredictability that draws their attention. Key point. What they can't understand is that your calmness, your unbothered progress, and your ability to grow despite their judgments disrupt their internal expectations. Your presence in their life is a mirror to their own limitations and perceptions. While they may not outwardly acknowledge it deep down, they are grappling with the fact that your resilience without the need for external validation challenges everything they've been taught about control, success, and growth. They expected you to falter, to break, or to become what they predicted, but instead, you've done the opposite. Your steady advancement despite obstacles, rejection, and criticism is unnerving because it disrupts their belief that the world works in neat, predictable patterns. Your progress doesn't follow their script, and that creates an overwhelming need to fixate on you, to dissect you, to figure out what it is that makes you tick. They find themselves unable to place you into any of the categories they've grown comfortable with. And the more you remain composed, the more obsessed they become with trying to comprehend your existence. They can't seem to make sense of it, and their confusion feeds into an increasing obsession, one that can manifest in covert ways: gossip, unsolicited advice, jealousy, or even passive-aggressive actions. But now, your ability to persevere, to remain steadfast and strong, is proving that the path to success is not always a straight line, nor is it predictable. It is fluid, dynamic, and shaped by personal strength, resilience, and the ability to defy expectations. Your mere presence challenges the systems they've put in place to understand the world. You've become a walking, living contradiction to their preconceived notions, and that is incredibly unsettling for them. They've learned that life is not always as it seems, and the people they thought would falter can often surprise them with resilience. Your actions have shown them that their way of thinking, their limited expectations, and their rigid mental models are not the ultimate truth. As you continue to move forward, unaffected by their judgment, you're teaching them a powerful lesson. You are showing them that strength is not about conforming to external pressures or meeting others' expectations. It's about staying true to yourself, believing in your own power, and refusing to be swayed by outside forces. Your life is not their story to write. You are the author of your own narrative. In conclusion, your ability to break free from the mental scripts others had written for you is not just a personal triumph. It's a profound statement about the nature of resilience, strength, and self-determination. By standing strong, unbothered, and consistent, you have proven that life does not have to follow a predictable script, and that success is not defined by the expectations others place upon you. Your journey challenges their assumptions and forces them to confront their own limitations. And in doing so, you inspire them to look within and question their own beliefs about what's possible. In a world where emotions often dictate interactions and outcomes, your calmness in the face of adversity becomes a powerful disruptor. While others might engage in drama, escalate conflicts, or seek validation in the midst of struggle, you stand firm in your serenity. This calmness, though often mistaken for indifference or weakness, is in fact an extraordinary strength that unsettles those around you. When faced with difficulty, conflict, or pressure, most people resort to reactions driven by emotion. They expect to see vulnerability, fear, frustration, or anger because it's what they are accustomed to. Yet, when they encounter your unshaken presence, it creates confusion. Your stillness becomes a mirror, forcing them to examine themselves and their responses. They no longer have the comfort of a predictable reaction from you, to shape their own responses. Instead, they are left with their discomfort, realizing that their own emotions are not being fed or validated. Your calmness destabilizes their expected patterns of interaction and leaves them unsure of how to navigate the situation. They cannot predict your next move, which throws them off balance and forces them to confront their own lack of control over the situation. This unsettling effect is more powerful than any confrontation or emotional outburst could ever be. Humans often rely on emotional reactions to understand and measure others. When someone expresses emotion, whether it's fear, anger, or joy, it provides a sense of predictability and control in the interaction. People are wired to respond to these emotional cues to guide their behavior and expectations. However, when you remain calm, they are faced with something entirely unfamiliar. They cannot read your emotional state or predict your behavior, which induces a sense of fear. The unknown is uncomfortable, and your composure brings about just that, an uncertainty that they are not accustomed to dealing with. This fear of the unknown comes from the fact that humans are wired to navigate life by anticipating others' emotional reactions and responses. Without these cues, they feel vulnerable. Your calmness, in effect, represents a challenge to their psychological safety net. They can no longer rely on the usual emotional exchanges to confirm their worldview, making your unbothered presence feel like an enigma that they need to decipher. The more they attempt to understand you, the more they realize they are faced with something they cannot control, and that sense of helplessness creates unease. By remaining calm and composed, you inadvertently shine a light on the insecurities of others. People often seek external validation or approval as a way to stabilize their self-worth and shield their insecurities. When they are faced with someone who does not react emotionally or seek validation, it forces them to confront the fact that their own need for validation is what drives their insecurity. You don't give them the emotional reaction they crave, and in doing so, you strip away their ability to feel in control. This lack of external validation leaves them exposed, as they no longer have a way to gauge their self-worth through your reactions. By refusing to engage with their emotional manipulation or attempt to provoke a reaction, you create a space where their flaws and limitations become painfully visible. They can no longer disguise their insecurities behind an emotional interaction with you. Their need to prove their strength or superiority becomes apparent, and that makes them uncomfortable. Your calmness forces them to turn inward to confront their own unresolved issues. In many cases, it is easier for people to project their insecurities onto others by demanding reactions or attention. By not offering that, you give them no choice but to face their own emotional landscape and the insecurities they carry. This vulnerability on their part often triggers defensive reactions, and it is in this space that they become increasingly unsettled by your calm presence. Your ability to thrive without seeking external validation is a profound power that others find difficult to comprehend. Society often teaches that success, happiness, and stability depend on external acknowledgement, whether it's from a partner, a group of friends, or colleagues. People are conditioned to rely on others' perceptions and reactions to define their sense of worth. In contrast, your self-sufficiency challenges this notion entirely. When you don't need to seek validation from others to feel confident or secure, you shatter their understanding of how success and fulfillment are achieved. Your ability to stand firm without needing approval rattles their worldview because it directly confronts their belief that dependence on others is a necessary part of thriving in life. You disrupt their mental framework by showing them that it is possible to live independently of their validation, and that causes discomfort. This is especially unsettling for those who derive a sense of control or power from others' dependence on them. People who thrive on feeling needed or wanted may struggle with your ability to be independent and self-sustaining. They may even feel threatened by your independence, as it undermines their role in your life and challenges their self-perception. Your calm, self-sufficient energy sends the message that you are not reliant on others for emotional stability or validation. And this creates a profound sense of disorientation for those who expect you to need them in some way. Your self-sufficiency challenges them to rethink their assumptions about success and fulfillment, leaving them questioning their own reliance on others. They may feel exposed in their own dependence, which can lead to feelings of inadequacy and insecurity. But instead of confronting these feelings, they choose to focus on you, analyzing and trying to understand why you're different. Your unbothered presence serves as a mirror to others, reflecting their own insecurities, limitations, and unexamined assumptions. By remaining calm, composed, and self-sufficient, you force others to confront the areas of their lives that they have been avoiding or projecting onto you. This disruption of their mental script causes them to fixate on you, trying to understand how you operate in a way that challenges their own need for control and validation. In the end, your calmness is not just a passive trait, it's a powerful force that disrupts their carefully constructed narratives and reveals their own weaknesses. By standing firm in your truth, you don't just show them that you cannot be controlled or manipulated. You also give them the opportunity to examine their own beliefs about themselves and the world around them. This subtle power, built on emotional resilience and self-sufficiency, will continue to unsettle and challenge those who thought they had you figured out. The fixation others have on you, their obsession with your calmness and strength, is not a reflection of you, but rather a direct result of their inability to understand or handle your power. When people obsess over you, it's a sign that they are confronting something in themselves that they cannot reconcile. Your ability to remain unbothered and composed in situations where others might break down forces them to face their own limitations, weaknesses, and vulnerabilities. This obsession isn't about your flaws or weaknesses. It's about how your strength disrupts their sense of control over you and the narrative they've tried to create about you. In their eyes, your calmness becomes a puzzle they cannot solve. They're trying to understand how you manage to maintain your composure despite challenges without relying on external validation or needing their approval. Your strength unsettles them because it reminds them of their own lack of control and inability to stay grounded in turbulent times. Rather than admitting this internal struggle, they project it onto you, attempting to dissect and analyze you in order to explain your unshakable nature. But the truth is, your strength, composure, and resilience are not there for their understanding. They are meant to reflect your personal growth, your internal peace, and your ability to stand firm in the face of life's storms. The more they fixate on you, the clearer it becomes. Their obsession with you is only a reflection of their own emotional battles and insecurities. Your strength will always challenge them because it is rooted in something they may not yet have cultivated within themselves. In recognizing this, you reclaim your sense of self and continue to stand tall in your truth. You are a quiet victory in yourself. The calmness that others perceive as a sign of passivity is actually a manifestation of your inner power, resilience, and self-assurance. It's not about being unaffected by the world around you. It's about having the strength to choose how you respond to it. Your refusal to be defined by external pressures, whether it's the opinions of others, societal expectations, or fleeting circumstances, sets you apart as someone who knows who they are and what they stand for. It is important to recognize that your calmness is not weakness. In fact, it's an active and intentional choice to rise above chaos and remain anchored in your truth. This composure is a testament to your strength, and it is something that cannot be taken from you by anyone else. When others attempt to disrupt your peace, they are only revealing their inability to comprehend the power that comes from within you. The more they struggle to understand you, the more they are forced to confront their own fears, insecurities, and limitations. Recognize that your quiet strength, your ability to remain unshaken in the face of adversity, is something that others are struggling to comprehend. It is a direct reflection of your personal growth and spiritual maturity. By not being rattled by their attempts to understand or control you, you are demonstrating a profound understanding of your worth and your place in the world. It's a reminder that your value is not contingent upon anyone's approval, but rooted in your connection to your higher self and to the divine. You are encouraged to continue moving forward on your own terms. Do not let the obsession or fixation from others derail your sense of self or cause you to second-guess your journey. Understand that when people become obsessed with you, they are often reflecting their own unresolved issues or unmet needs. It's not about you, it's about their perception of you that they cannot quite grasp. Your ability to stay unbothered is your power. It is a tool that allows you to walk confidently, unaffected by the judgments, criticisms, or projections of others. Their fixation on you is a sign that you are living your truth free from the expectations or constraints that they are trying to place on you. They may struggle to understand your peace, but you know that your ability to remain unshaken is your greatest strength. It's what allows you to navigate life with clarity and focus, knowing that your path is uniquely your own. As you move forward, keep your energy focused on your personal growth, your journey, and the purpose that you are aligning with. Do not let others' obsessions with you cause you to question your worth or your direction. Their fixation is only a temporary distraction in your ongoing evolution. Recognize it for what it is, an external reflection of their internal struggles, and continue moving forward, knowing that you are walking your path with confidence and grace. Embrace your power fully. Let your presence speak louder than their fixation, and remain confident in who you are becoming. You are not defined by others' opinions, their expectations, or their struggles to understand you. The strength that others see in you is a direct result of your internal peace and your unwavering commitment to your truth. Keep moving forward with purpose, knowing that the more they attempt to figure you out, the more you will continue to rise above their limitations. This is your time to shine unapologetically and unbothered. Allow your journey to be the testimony of your strength and resilience. The more you continue to walk in your power, the more you will inspire others to find their own strength and peace. Remember that the fixation from others is a reflection of their own limitations, and it's not your job to fix their misunderstanding of you. Stay aligned with your purpose. Keep your heart centered and continue to shine with the confidence that only comes from knowing who you truly are. Spiritual insight. Understanding why others obsess over you is key to embracing your own strength and staying focused on your path. This obsessive behavior is not a reflection of who you are, but rather a reflection of their own unresolved issues, their limitations, and their inability to control everything around them. When someone is unable to understand something, it can create a feeling of powerlessness. And when that something happens to be a person who continues to thrive and progress without conforming to societal norms or expectations, that sense of powerlessness can manifest as obsession. You are a walking disruption to the beliefs they've held for years about success, failure, and the way things should unfold. Your silence, your calm, your ability to navigate the storms of life without wavering is like a mirror that reflects their own insecurities and fears. It's not about you. It's about them. It's a discomfort they don't know how to manage because they've been conditioned to believe that life operates in a very particular way, and you, by simply existing in your own truth, are forcing them to confront their own narrative. This obsession, while difficult to understand, can also be a powerful opportunity for you to reflect on your own growth. It shows that you are living authentically, breaking free from limiting beliefs and moving forward despite the odds. Your ability to remain unbothered by others' judgments or perceptions speaks volumes about your inner strength. It's a signal that you've tapped into a deeper well of spiritual resilience, one that has been nurtured through your quiet persistence and unwavering commitment to your purpose. Instead of seeing their fixation as something negative or intrusive, consider it a testament to your strength. People are watching because you're doing something they can't explain, and that in itself is a powerful message. You are an example of a life lived without apology, without fear and without the need for external validation. You are evolving, and in that evolution, you may rattle the cages of those who have yet to break free. So how do you move forward with this awareness? By focusing on your path, trusting your journey, and remaining steadfast in the knowledge that your resilience is not a fluke or coincidence. It's a divine manifestation of your higher self, aligning with your purpose. The more you stay true to who you are, the less you will be affected by the projections and expectations others place upon you. In fact, it will only fuel your progress, strengthening your resolve and helping you stay grounded. Their obsession is a reflection of their own fears, doubts, and inability to control their environment, but it should never be your concern. Your journey is sacred, and you are the one who decides how much energy and attention you give to external distractions. Instead of letting their fixation derail, you use it as a reminder of the power and impact you have on the world around you. When you remain unbothered, when you continue to move forward with purpose, you are embodying the highest form of spiritual authority. You are not just surviving, you are thriving in a way that challenges the very fabric of what others believe to be possible. Your calmness, your inner peace, your resilience, all of these are powerful tools. They are proof that you have tapped into something far greater than what can be seen on the surface. You are aligned with your divine purpose, and while others may struggle to understand your strength, you need only to continue on your path. Keep walking forward. The universe is aligned with you, and everything is falling into place exactly as it should. When you stop reacting and remain unbothered by external circumstances, it disrupts the mental models that others have carefully built around you. These models are typically constructed from their assumptions about how people should behave, how life unfolds, and what success looks like. By refusing to engage in predictable emotional responses or follow conventional expectations, you become an anomaly to them, something they cannot easily categorize. Your calmness and consistency in the face of adversity challenge their assumptions, and this creates an urge in them to study you, trying to figure out what it is that makes you so different. Your ability to remain poised, unflappable, and unshaken by life's challenges forces others to confront the limitations of their own perceptions. People typically expect others to react emotionally to setbacks, to give in to frustration or fear, or to break down under pressure. When you defy these expectations, it creates an unspoken tension. They can't reconcile your behavior with their own experiences and beliefs about how one should respond to hardship. This leads to curiosity and eventually obsession as they attempt to understand the anomaly that you represent. The obsession begins when their expectations of you break down. Initially, they may write off your behavior as a fluke, but as time goes on and you continue to stand strong in your convictions and composure, their disbelief grows. They become increasingly fascinated by how you seem to thrive while others falter under similar circumstances. Their perception of you shifts from just someone they know to a puzzle that needs solving. They cannot comprehend how you continue to survive, grow, and even thrive when their mental models tell them you should have broken down by now. This confusion sparks a desire to investigate, and their curiosity intensifies. What keeps you going? What is the secret behind your resilience? How do you maintain your composure when everything around you suggests you should be overwhelmed or worse, defeated? As they study you, they begin to analyze your behaviors, your routines, and your decisions, hoping to find a key to your strength. In their eyes, your resilience has become an enigma, and the more you demonstrate unwavering strength, the more they feel compelled to understand what makes you tick. The more you stay calm and consistent, the more others feel compelled to analyze every detail of your life. Your actions don't follow the predictable patterns they are used to, and this only fuels their obsession. When people feel they can predict others' behavior, they feel safe in their understanding of the world. Predictability provides a sense of control. But when someone behaves outside the norm, especially someone they are closely observing, It creates cognitive dissonance, a psychological discomfort. To resolve this discomfort, they begin to fixate on you searching for answers, patterns, or explanations that align with their understanding of how life should work. Every time you maintain your calm in a situation where most would react emotionally, they are forced to reconcile that behavior with their own experiences. This repeated anomaly forces them to question their assumptions, and they become increasingly obsessed with figuring out why you seem to defy expectations. As your resilience continues to unfold, those around you start to view you as a mirror reflecting back their own unresolved issues and missed opportunities. Your success, calmness, and emotional stability act as a mirror to their own insecurities and failures. They begin to see your strength not as a source of admiration, but as a painful reminder of their own weaknesses. This is where the mirror effect comes into play. When they see you thrive, they unconsciously confront their own fears, doubts, and limitations. In many cases, people who have not healed their own wounds or processed their own struggles will project their insecurities onto you, often in subtle ways. Instead of acknowledging your strength as something to be admired, they become defensive or even hostile because your very presence challenges their sense of identity and their view of what is possible. They may start to downplay your successes, make critical remarks about your behavior, or question your choices. These reactions are not about you. They are projections of their own inner conflict. By simply thriving, you make them confront their own shortcomings, which can be uncomfortable for them. Watching you thrive without explanation makes others uncomfortable with the assumptions they've built about their own limitations. The human psyche thrives on understanding and predictability. So when something or someone comes into their lives that doesn't fit into the mold they've created, it causes internal tension. They begin questioning the very assumptions that govern their behavior and perceptions, and this creates discomfort. Your success, calm, and resilience force them to confront their own insecurities. They begin to feel that their own struggles, disappointments, and failures are exposed by your ability to move forward effortlessly. They may not be able to put it into words, but their obsession with you is fueled by a deep-seated discomfort with the truth that your resilience forces them to acknowledge their own self-imposed limitations are holding them back from achieving the same peace and success. This doesn't mean that your resilience has any bearing on your worth or that you should change your behavior because of others' discomfort. On the contrary, their obsession with you should be seen as confirmation that you are on the right path. Your progress is exposing the cracks in their mental and emotional structures, and while they may try to cope by criticizing you or scrutinizing your every move, the reality is that your inner strength is forcing them to reckon with their own growth or lack thereof. In conclusion, the obsession others have with you is not about your actions. It is about their perception of their own inadequacies. When you stand firm in your truth, when you thrive in the face of adversity, without seeking external validation, you become a reflection of the strength they wish they had. Their fixation on you is a reaction to their inability to understand how you continue to progress unaffected by the challenges they themselves struggle with. It is important to recognize that their obsession with you is not a reflection of your worth, but of their internal conflict. Your ability to remain calm and composed is a gift that you should continue to cultivate, knowing that as you walk in your truth, you are inspiring others to confront their own limitations. Your journey is not just for you. It is a beacon of hope and resilience for those who are ready to embrace their own growth. There's something unsettling about your resilience. People who were once certain of your failure are now left scrambling, confused by your unshaken composure in the face of adversity. They expected you to break, whether emotionally, mentally, or physically, under the weight of challenges, yet you remained steadfast. This unexpected resilience has completely disrupted their preconceived narrative about who you are and what you are capable of. Their assumptions about your fragility were shattered the moment you refused to crumble, no matter how difficult the circumstances became. Your calmness, unflinching in the face of trials, has caused those who once doubted you to question their own judgments and expectations. You are not the person they thought you were, and this reality is deeply uncomfortable for them. This is not just about the specific challenges you've faced, but about your general ability to thrive, to move forward with quiet confidence, and to keep growing while others were expecting you to falter. Your unshaken resilience has thrown them into disarray because they simply cannot reconcile the person they thought you were with the person you have become. Everyone around you had a script. It was a mental blueprint, a predetermined story of how your life would unfold. They saw your struggles and imagined the predictable outcome, one where you would fall, break down, and give in to life's difficulties. But you didn't follow that script. You didn't perform as expected, and that is what confuses and disturbs them the most. This script was based on their own assumptions about the limits of human endurance and how others in their eyes should behave when faced with hardship. They expected you to be weak, to doubt yourself, to fail, or shrink in the face of adversity. They believed their mental projections about your life and your journey were valid, and they were ready to stand by those assumptions. After all, you were just like everyone else, weren't you? But you proved them wrong. By not following this narrative, you've disrupted their understanding of what is possible, and now they're left to confront the flaw in their logic. People like things to fit neatly into predictable patterns. They are comforted by certainty. When something happens that challenges those established narratives, it creates cognitive dissonance, a mental discomfort caused by holding two contradictory beliefs. They believed you would fail, but now you've shown them that you can succeed in ways they never imagined. Now that they've seen your strength and resilience, their minds are consumed with one question: how did you do it? They are fixated on trying to understand why you didn't crumble under pressure when everything around you seemed to suggest that you should. Every move you make, every moment of quiet strength, every step forward without faltering, they analyze it, scrutinize it, trying to break it down, understand it, and ultimately find a flaw. This fixation isn't just about curiosity, it's about their need to make sense of something that doesn't align with their expectations. Your behavior contradicts their view of the world and their understanding of how people should react to life's difficulties. They look for patterns and explanations, something they can latch onto, something they can explain away, but they can't. And that unsettles them deeply. You are living proof that their assumptions about failure, fragility, and what it takes to succeed are wrong. By simply being unbothered and consistent, you have undermined their belief systems. You've shown them that success isn't about conforming to their expectations or fitting into a mold. It's about resilience, about forging your own path, and about standing tall in the face of whatever life throws at you. And that reality forces them to challenge their own beliefs about survival and success. You are the very definition of breaking expectations. Your life, your journey, and your resilience have become a direct challenge to the mental models that people have created about who should succeed and who should fail. They've spent years constructing their assumptions about you, and now in one fell swoop, you've demolished their carefully built narrative. Your ability to remain calm, consistent, and unbothered in the face of adversity undermines the idea that people are at the mercy of circumstances, that survival depends on conforming to their perceptions of how life should unfold. They thought they had you figured out. They thought they knew how your story would end, how you would fall into their definition of failure.